Have you ever met a man who walks alone, yet never seems lonely? A man who moves through the world like a shadow, unnoticed by most but unstoppable in his quiet pursuit of greatness? A man who doesn't seek validation, approval, or the spotlight because he doesn't need it? Or do you recognize yourself in this? How is it that some men disappear after a heartbreak and return even stronger? How can someone be so quiet and calm that he almost seems shy, but when he finally speaks, his words carry a weight that commands attention? Well, follow along, because today we are breaking down 10 key traits that define a Sigma male. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single one, especially not the last one. By the end of this, you'll not only understand what makes a Sigma male truly unique, you might even recognize a part of yourself in him. Let's begin. 1. Independence. A Sigma male doesn't just crave independence, he breathes it. From an early age, he realizes that the crowd moves too slowly, tied down by fear, expectations, and the need for acceptance, so he chooses to walk his own path. Not because he despises society, but because he has learned one powerful truth: the only person he can truly rely on is himself. He knows that no one is coming to save him, that success, freedom, and strength are not given, they are earned. He understands that if he wants a great life, he must build it. He refuses to blame his circumstances, society, or luck. While others make excuses, waiting for the perfect opportunity, the Sigma male takes action. He shapes his own future, one disciplined step at a time. He is the man who moves to a new city alone, taking nothing but a backpack and a dream. The one who builds his skills in silence, unnoticed by the world, until the day he emerges as a force to be reckoned with. People often misunderstand his independence. Some see him as distant, others as arrogant. But what they don't realize is that he's not rejecting them. He simply refuses to be held back. He is not waiting for permission, nor does he need approval. His life is his own, and he alone will determine its outcome. 2. Self-reliance. To the Sigma male, reliance on others is a dangerous weakness. He would rather struggle, fail, and learn than ask for a handout. Every skill he acquires, every lesson he learns, is another brick in the fortress of his self-sufficiency. When life throws him into chaos, he doesn't panic, he adapts. If he loses his job, he builds his own business. If his car breaks down, he learns how to fix it. If a storm comes, he doesn't wait for rescue. He finds shelter. And when others crumble under the weight of uncertainty, the Sigma male stands firm, because he has trained himself to be his own savior. 3. Adaptability. A Sigma male is like water. He takes the shape of whatever situation he finds himself in. He doesn't resist change. He welcomes it. While others panic in the face of uncertainty, he thrives in it. He understands that life is unpredictable, and instead of fearing the unknown, he prepares for it. When he enters a new environment, he doesn't announce himself. He doesn't rush to make an impression or seek validation. Instead, he watches, he listens, he learns. He studies the patterns, the unspoken rules, the way people operate. And when the time is right, he moves calculated, precise, unstoppable. In a world that is constantly shifting, adaptability is power. And a Sigma male? He is untouchable. If one path closes, he finds another. If circumstances change, he adjusts without hesitation. He is not bound by rigid plans or expectations. His strength lies in his ability to evolve. This is why a Sigma male never truly loses. Even in failure, he learns. Even in setbacks, he finds opportunities. While others complain about things being different, he simply adapts, grows, and moves forward, always ahead of the curve. 4. Introversion with purpose. He is often mistaken for a loner. People wonder why he spends so much time alone. They assume he's isolated, perhaps even struggling, but they don't see the truth. He is not avoiding people, he is crafting his destiny. While others waste time in meaningless conversations, scrolling mindlessly through their phones, or seeking approval from the crowd, the Sigma male is sharpening his mind, refining his skills, and planning his next move. He understands something most don't. Silence is not emptiness, it is space for growth. Many look at him and think, he must be lonely. They don't understand that solitude is his power. He doesn't need constant validation, nor does he seek distraction from himself. Instead, he embraces the quiet, because that is where he finds clarity. While others fill their days with noise, he fills his with progress. He is reading, learning, training, pushing his limits. Every day, he strives to be a better version of himself, not for the world, not for applause, but for himself. The only person a Sigma male competes with is the man he was yesterday. And when he does interact with people, it is with purpose. He doesn't waste energy on small talk, gossip, or shallow connections. Every word he speaks carries weight. Every action he takes is deliberate. They may think he is silent, but in reality, he is speaking to the most important person in his life, himself. Planning, improving, evolving, and when he finally emerges, he is sharper, stronger, and unstoppable. 5. Minimal need for social validation. Unlike others who seek likes, comments, and applause, the Sigma male's worth is measured by his own standards. He does not chase approval, and because of this, he is free. Free from the invisible chains that bind so many others. He does what he believes is right, regardless of whether the world understands. The noise of public opinion does not shake him. He doesn't need applause to keep going, nor does he crumble under criticism. His motivation comes from within, from a drive to push forward, to achieve, to master his own potential. And ironically, it's this very trait that makes people respect him. His indifference to approval makes others crave it from him. They see his self-sufficiency, his ability to stand alone, and they admire it, even if they don't fully understand it. But unlike others, the Sigma male does not seek praise. In fact, unnecessary compliments can feel almost insulting to him. He knows the effort he puts in, the hours of work, the sacrifices, the discipline. To him, empty praise from those who haven't seen the struggle feels hollow, like a pat on the back for a battle only he fought. He doesn't need someone to tell him he did well. He already knows. And just as he doesn't need validation, he has little patience for those who do. The Sigma male stays away from laziness, from those who constantly complain but refuse to change. He has no interest in people who make excuses instead of taking action. He respects effort, discipline, and growth, but drama, self-pity, and empty words have no place in his world. He walks his own path, answers to no one, and keeps moving forward, whether the world is watching or not. 6. Observant and analytical. While others are talking, the Sigma male is listening, not just to words, but to everything unspoken. He notices the slight hesitation in someone's voice, the tension in their posture, the shift in their breathing. He picks up on the smallest details, how a person avoids eye contact when they're lying, how their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes when they're pretending to be happy, how their tone shifts ever so slightly when they're hiding something. People often underestimate him because he is quiet, but what they fail to realize is that he sees through them. He is always reading the room, studying the dynamics, picking up on patterns that others overlook. He notices the way people repeat certain phrases when they're nervous, the way their body stiffens when they're uncomfortable, the way their energy shifts when they enter or leave a conversation. This ability makes him a master of reading situations, making strategic moves, and staying ahead of the game. He knows who is genuine and who is pretending, who has an ulterior motive, and who is truly loyal. He can sense tension before an argument even starts, and can tell when someone's words don't match their true intentions. The Sigma male does not react impulsively. He analyzes, he calculates, he lets people reveal who they are, and once he has gathered enough information, he decides how to proceed. Whether in business, relationships, or daily interactions, this sharp observational skill gives him an edge. And that's what makes him dangerous. He doesn't just see the surface, he sees the truth hidden beneath. 7. Strong sense of purpose. A Sigma male doesn't drift. He has a mission, even if he keeps it to himself. Every action he takes is deliberate, moving him closer to his ultimate goal. He knows precisely who he is and what he wants. His vision is crystal clear, and because of that, solitude doesn't bother him, it fuels him. He can go long periods without external validation, without approval, without distraction, because his mind is locked onto something bigger than the present moment. He doesn't waste energy on things that don't serve his purpose. No endless scrolling on social media. No pointless arguments, no distractions. While others chase temporary pleasure, he is building something that lasts. His focus is unbreakable, and his discipline is a force that few can match. This strong sense of purpose can be challenging for other people to comprehend. To the outside world, he may seem distant, detached, or even obsessive. But that's because his ambitions don't fit into conventional boxes. He isn't just chasing money, status, or approval. His goals are deeply personal, rooted in a vision only he can see. While others try to pull him into their world, he remains unmoved. He doesn't need to explain himself. He doesn't seek validation. The path he walks is his alone, and that is exactly how he wants it. Because in the end, it's not about proving anything to others, it's about proving everything to himself. 8. Comfortable with solitude. Most people fear being alone. To a Sigma male, solitude is a gift. While others see isolation as a punishment, he sees it as an opportunity to grow, to sharpen his mind, to become the man he was meant to be. He enjoys his own company, his own thoughts, his own world. In his solitude, he finds strength. He builds himself up, strategizes his next move, and refines his vision. He spends hours learning, training, working on his craft while the rest of the world is distracted. And when he does step into the world, he does so as a man who knows exactly who he is. People are often shocked by his sudden growth. They wonder how he became so skilled, so composed, so ahead of the game. What they don't realize is that while they were drifting, lost in distractions, meaningless conversations, and wasted time, he was working in silence. By the time they notice his transformation, it's already too late. He has moved ahead, far beyond where they expected him to be. Because while they were waiting for motivation, he was already putting in the work. 9. Non-conformity. Rules, trends, social norms. None of these dictate his path. He thinks for himself. He questions everything. And if something doesn't align with his values, he rejects it. While most people strive to fit in, blending into societal norms like sheep in a herd, the Sigma male walks a different path. He does not follow trends simply because they are popular. He does not adopt beliefs just because they are widely accepted. Instead, he challenges the status quo. He questions conventional wisdom, examines things from every angle, and forms his own conclusions. This often makes him an outsider, someone who doesn't quite fit into the mold that society expects. But he doesn't mind. He would rather stand alone with the truth than be surrounded by the comfort of blind conformity. Because he knows that true power, real unshakable power, lies in individuality. 10. Resilience. And finally, the trait that defines the Sigma male above all else, resilience. When life knocks him down, he doesn't stay down. When he is betrayed, he doesn't seek revenge. He seeks self-improvement. When a relationship ends, he doesn't dwell in heartbreak. He disappears, builds himself up, and returns stronger than ever. Unlike others who let heartbreak consume them, lying in bed for weeks, drowning in self-pity, or numbing themselves with distractions, the Sigma male sees pain as fuel. He sets a goal, something to conquer, something that forces him to evolve. He channels his emotions into building himself, whether that means sculpting his body in the gym, mastering a new skill, increasing his income, or taking his career to the next level. A breakup doesn't break him, it transforms him. Yes, he feels the pain, just like anyone else, but he doesn't let it control him. He doesn't have time to stay depressed, because he knows that hard work is the cure. With every push-up, every book read, every late night spent working, he turns his heartbreak into power. And when he finally emerges from the shadows, The world barely recognizes him. The one who left is not the same as the one who returns. He is stronger, smarter, more disciplined, and completely untouchable. Conclusion. So, what does it mean to be a Sigma male? It means standing tall when others fall. It means moving in silence, but making an impact. It means living by your own code, regardless of whether the world understands. It is not an easy path, but for those who walk it, it is the only path. If you see yourself in these traits, embrace them. The world may not always understand you, but it will respect you. Stay strong, stay focused, stay Sigma. Next episode, we will look at Sigma versus Alpha, decoding the differences. You don't want to miss that. So like and subscribe to make sure you don't. See you in the next one.